Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for the week of March 14th. I think you know what I'm going to say. This week, you're going to be dealing with fire sign or fire energy. This has been a long-term message for you now, I think, every single week. It's crazy. This doesn't happen to anybody else. I've never had it happen where, it's like you're dealing with this energy or somebody like a fire sign. I also, like I said last week, I think that a lot of you could be dealing with fire in your own chart. So definitely look at your own chart, like where there are fire signs in your astrological chart, and that might maybe be where you need to make some changes, or it feels like motivation to me. So again, I feel like you're either motivating a fire sign in your life, or you need to motivate yourself in some sort of aspect in your chart or something like that. What's crazy is I drew the 4 cards, and then this card popped out while I was drawing those cards. So, it just keeps coming up. I'm not going to dwell on it. If you haven't heard me go on and on about it, you can watch the past few weeks. And the good news is, though, it's coming up as a king this week. So that could mean a little bit more mastery over the situation that you're dealing with, because I think like the past 2 weeks it was like a queen. I think like the first week it was a jack. Maybe the first couple weeks of you getting a fire sign in your life was a jack. So it maybe has finally graduated here to a king, and you might have more mastery, more control over the situation. So that's good. The first card you really had, though, was the 8 of Hearts. Great card. This represents kind of like a nice flow coming back to you, especially if you've been out of a flow. Especially if you've had that feeling where maybe you feel like you've gotten off track a little bit somewhere in life. This could be you kind of getting back on track and some things kind of more going your way. Like I said, I think part of the problem is also for Tauruses, especially Taurus, any of the earth signs and the water signs, I think, are like the two kind of halves there, quarters, whatever you want to call it, that are having the most difficulty feeling like they're clicking into something. I think, it's like in the past, maybe you start a project, you start something and really can feel that click, or you start a job and you feel that click of like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I think the Pluto-Uranus squares, and I've talked about this in the astrology videos, have removed that clicking. Like the Pluto-Uranus square comes in and it wants us to totally just rely on ourselves. So it removes that feeling of like we're doing something. I think that's really messed people up, because they're like, wait, I don't feel like I should be doing this, because there was no like feeling that you're going the right direction. And but I think it's taught us how to better deal with ourselves and how to better deal with our feelings and things, and to just trust ourselves and get over those fears and things, and get rid of that crutch kind of that is that click. And I think that this is you kind of feeling a little bit more of that click, like it's coming back because you no longer need it. And that is a very interesting message. Next, you have the 10 of Clubs, being able to move a lot of people. Very interesting card to get. The Clubs cards don't, like, especially the 10 and the 8 and the 2 of Clubs, they pretty much don't show up that often in readings. 10 of Clubs is a great card of abundance, a great card of learning, even teaching. Even can say that you should be teaching something. Like, if you're looking for something to do, start a YouTube channel and start teaching people how to do something. And you could start yourself a nice little business just by doing that. And that's this type of card right here, teaching a lot of people. 10s are a lot. And 10 of Clubs represents a lot of people being attracted to you very quickly, and you even showing up as very attractive here at the end. So, that really says that people will be listening to you and they'll like what you have to say. Next, you have the 4 of Diamonds. New business, new opportunities, new jobs, new everything basically coming in. This can even be more money coming into your house. Sometimes I say that this card could not be you. If you live with somebody, they could be the one that's earning more money, but it would kind of like indirectly benefit you. However, this week I'm feeling it's you. I really feel like there's like a lot going on with this teaching thing, possibly teaching online even, or teaching people how to do things, and that kind of benefiting you financially. And that maybe, even if you haven't thought of it, maybe you have some sort of special skill or something like that that you should be teaching. And what's interesting is at the end you show up as a Queen of Hearts. And I kind of wanted to jump forward to this card really quickly, because the Queen of Hearts represents a water sign, but water signs, and you're not a water sign, but it's the energy that's around you this week, and water signs are the ones in the zodiac that have special skills, that need to learn how to teach them. There's a very strong teaching, special skill type of thing going on with you right now. I feel like it's a very new energy. Again, I think that's why this week's reading, if you go back to the past few weeks, and even when I started doing these readings, I started back in May, Taurus had like the same message every single week, only sign. I feel like this is a very new energy for you, Taurus, that's very different than anything else. So look into possibly teaching people something and learning how to make money off of it. That's pretty much the only message that comes up. On a side note, this could even be your mother coming in, giving you advice. So if you have a mother, somebody who's like a mother, or somebody who offers compassionate advice this week, you'd want to listen to it. So thank you for watching. Very exciting week with that 10 of clubs, probably very busy, and looking to teaching people things. So thank you for watching and enjoy your week.